Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. I'd like to thank you so very much for being here and let you know that you are loved. Today, I'm taking a look at what magical experiences are on their way for you. Today's reading is very special since it is in collaboration with my friend Sam over at Psychic Siren Tarot, where she's going to be taking a look at the magical experiences that other people have around you. So we really wanted to hone in on the magic and kind of see what kind of experiences are happening for you and around you too. So please take a deep breath, drawing the inhale up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left with Surrender to the Sweetness. Group number 2 in the center with Lost Lands. And group number 3 on the right with Portal. As always, your timestamps are listed below in the description box, as well as all the rest of my information, such as personals, astrology readings, Reiki sessions, and little goodies that I make, crystal jewelry. I've written some books, just little things that I like to make. And you'll also find the link to Psychic Siren Tarot's channel, as well as the link to her reading. So thank you so very much for being here. It means the world to me. I post here every Tuesday, I post on my members channel every Wednesday, and I post on my Patreon every Thursday. I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude, and I will see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, Group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at what magical experiences are on their way for you. You selected the first group with the Surrender to the Sweetness card. This also says Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Here we have quite the energy of an adventure, quite the energy of Venus. We have Taurus and Libra coming out. And with Surrender to the Sweetness, make love to life, one of the magical experiences on their way for you is one of those very synchronistic, almost universally syncopated moments. And I'm hearing the phrase meet cute. They're showing me these two people here. There seems to be some sort of meeting that is ahead for you that is going to feel magical. This can be someone where you run into the right person at the right time. This can be someone where you, on some level, have maybe subconsciously, spiritually, aligned yourself to place each other on your paths. This can be for a reason, it can be for a season, but it's going to be magical. And everything on this card indicates it's going to be sweet, it's going to be pleasurable, it's going to be joyous. This can be something like you are out somewhere where maybe you normally wouldn't be, or perhaps you're somewhere that you frequent and someone else is somewhere that they normally wouldn't be. There's giving this energy here where one of you is just doing your regular everyday thing, and the other of you is somewhere where they normally wouldn't be. Here, we see a situation where there is this instant recognition, and this can be something where you run into somebody and they end up being your lifelong friend. And it took you maybe venturing out on a little adventure for you to meet this person. This can be something where you meet somebody in a very synchronistic way and it ends up being your next romantic partner. It can also be a situation where you run into like an old friend, somebody that you knew a long time ago that perhaps you got out of touch with. This seems to be almost entirely accidental on your conscious end and entirely intentional on the universe's end. The magical experiences that are on their ways for you, group number 1, I'm seeing a lot of abundance, and they're also showing me the planets here. You might notice that there's some sort of odd transit, or there's a moon that stands out, or perhaps a comet or an eclipse. There seems to be some sort of significant astrological event that you will be able to identify as almost a trigger moment. Now, some of these, they occur situations, some of them they trigger healing, some of them they trigger forward movement, some of them they trigger regression, and it's going to be different for everyone, but there's some sort of trackable astrological event that you will be able to put synchronistically with this meet cute, with this magical experience. They're showing me with the water and all of these lotuses here that there's going to be, in this situation, something that is spiritually realized about the situation, indicating that maybe this person resonates with your core vibration, or perhaps you are following your intuition, your internal guidance, when you go out on a limb and do something that you normally wouldn't do, placing yourself in this person's regular everyday path. This can also be the other way around. I'm getting that on both ends here. There is a perfection, a completion. Lotuses symbolize spiritual enlightenment. They symbolize the crown chakra, having faith. They indicate something being perfected. They symbolize completion as well. And so there's kind of this like finally moment, or this at last moment. It's that friend who understands the things that you're thinking without you needing to say anything. It is somebody who perhaps you are wandering around somewhere and you're lost. This is someone who you pass by and they say, oh, I know that look on your face. You're trying to find this location and you wandered your way over here because you received directions from this person on that block. Well, go ahead and hang a right. Here's my phone number just in case you need help. I'll draw it out on a map for you and enjoy your day. P.S. Here's a secret little spot that you wouldn't have learned if you didn't run into a local. This can also be something where this is Venus, so this can also be something that is romantic, or it can be romantic or platonic, of course, but there's a situation here that is going to bring you pleasure and joy, and it's going to make you feel like happenstance isn't so very much happenstance after all. Now there's kind of this indication that you may have been picking up, is that the Fool card? Yes, it is. Picking up on the fact that something like this is going to happen. Maybe just that day, that week in general. Maybe when your intuition led you to do something that normally you wouldn't do. Or perhaps required a bit of faith and investment on your end. Perhaps something that required you to leave your comfort zone, or something that required you to continually show up in ways that you would normally keep to yourself. Whether this is the way that you dress, your expression. I'm hearing the way you walk, way you talk, way you say my name. It's beautiful, wonderful, don't you ever change. So there's something about a little bird. Like a little birdie told you to show up at that place at that time. Or a little birdie told you to wear the shirt with the collar. Or a little birdie told you to turn right and you end up getting lost, but that's where you run into the person with directions. But it ends up being a little bit more than someone saving your butt. It ends up actually being something magical that leads you to, that was the 10 of Cups that flipped out. So I'm going to pull more information on what this next magical experience is for you. Can I get some messages, please? Let's get some context. What does group number 1 need to know about the magical experiences heading their way? Okay. So I see that when this starts to occur, they want me to start this way. So I will listen to my intuition here, but we see that you are deciding to give back to your community or give back to yourself in a way that maybe you normally wouldn't do. Okay, we're noticing that you are going out on a limb. There's the Lover's card sneaking out of the back of this deck here, if you can see. We have something occurring that you normally wouldn't do. Now we also have the transmutation of an energy. We have 66. Divine unconditional love and gratitude. We also have this, my intuition made me do it kind of moment. Instead of, I'm hearing like the devil made me do it, which is one of the Conjuring movies. I don't know why that's coming up. But we have 66, the transmutation, the sublimation of one of these energies. So what we're noticing is that you're deciding to give back to yourself. You are letting yourself like indulge in something sweet. You are, or perhaps following your intuition when it tells you turn right, or again, wear that collared shirt, or whatever it is. And here we see that this is something that if you didn't stumble into it, if there wasn't magical divine happenstance, if there wasn't intuition surrounding this situation, this is something that maybe you would feel is too good to be true. This seems to be something that is so magical that if it were to happen on your own accord, it would be something where maybe you would look and you would say that this person ended up coming up to me because I was dressed this way, or this person knew X, Y, and Z, so there's some sort of lack of trust or like a dependency or a tie here. And what we see happening instead is the fact that you end up being overdressed for the occasion because you walked into the wrong place. What we see here instead is you showing up somewhere and being treated in ways, or the universe treating you in ways that are 100% divinely guided, and you know that it has your highest interest at heart, and you know with everything that's been going on, this situation also has your best interest at heart, that it's something that was divinely brought to you, and that it's something that is Venusian, it's something that's pleasurable, joyous, sweet. And so this is where you're being asked to surrender, okay? So this is something, we have 666 here, and we have the Six of Pentacles, which I call the baby wheel, if you've been watching my readings, because this is reciprocation. It is pentacles. It is the grounded energy of you give a little, you get a little. In giving, we receive all of this beautiful energy here. And that is a spinning situation, just like the wheel. But it's pentacles, so it's slower, it's a bit smaller. Here we have the Devil, and it's sandwiching the Lovers, number 6, Page of Wands. Now there's a reason these came out. I will pull the rest of the cards that came out for you, but let's honor what's here first. So we're seeing, for clarification's sake, okay, with the Lovers and Page of Wands, that this is something that perhaps you have a dream experience or an astral spiritual experience, or you get intuitively drawn towards putting yourself in a situation, or whatever this is something that is divinely guided. Now, since these were at the top of the deck here, this is kind of varying off of this energy a smidge. This is more so clarification to the overlying energy, the Three of Wands. You taking a next step towards the next chapter of your life. So I don't really want to stray off of the original stream of energy that we're taking a look at here, but I did want to share that it came out for a reason. So we're noticing that this is you following like your intuition a little bit harder. This is you awakening to the next level of consciousness. And so with this, it puts you in the right place at the right time. And interestingly enough, we have the Three of Swords here with the Two of Cups, okay? There may be a lack of, I'm hearing a lack of desire towards your own, perhaps your own pleasure, okay? The Devil can also indicate just indulging in things in general. It can indicate, yes, it can be using things in a maladaptive way. It can be overindulging. It can be being tied and dependent and bound in all of these devilish energies, right? But we have this with the Three of Swords being sandwiched by the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Magician, and the Four of Cups, which is interesting because this is saying that there's something that you feel is meant for you, and they're showing me like a light channel, and in the middle there's this energy that is being pushed out of your energy. Notice that we have a V of positive energies, and we have this energy that's being transmuted in the center here. We have surrender to the sweetness, surrender to the pleasure, surrender to the joy, make love to life. So we have almost this tantric energy here where your manifestations, your desires, your intuition, it is leading you undoubtedly towards whatever this is. And since this has the universe written all over it, this has your intuition unmistakably written all over it. When you end up in the right place at the right time, you don't look at it and go, devil. You look at it and you say, Two of Cups. I understand now why it wasn't being seen before. And so we have a magical experience occurring for you where perhaps if something, if you put yourself in a situation, maybe you wouldn't have ended up in that place on your own accord. Maybe it was something that you decided not to do, and it ended up being the safe haven when you accidentally got lost. Perhaps this is somebody where if they had come up to you and approached you and shook your hand, perhaps you would not have been as open to it as you would have been if this occurred in a miraculous, universal kind of meet cute way. So this magical experience is actually almost reverberating or transmuting this Four of Cups energy, because there's an energy where you are in the next chapter of your life. You are ready for all the things that are meant for you. You are ready to be leveled up, to have a glow up. You are ready to surrender to the sweetness of life, and it's going to be something beautiful. It's going to be something that easily flows. They're showing me these waterfalls. They're showing me the plants, again the lotus and all the beautiful pink flowers. So we have this energy of flow, this energy of divine unconditional love, this energy of the heart chakra, the crown chakra, and the sacral chakra. So with this being the case, you're understanding that when you give to yourself a little bit, the universe is gifting back to you tenfold. And so there's almost this energy of trusting that you deserve that little bit that you're giving to yourself because your intuition told you to, and trusting that there's a reason, and that when you say yes to your intuition, the universe says yes. And when you ask something from the universe says yes. And it might look like you veering off your path a little bit. It might look like you wearing different shoes that day. It might look like you moving a little bit differently than you normally would, or it might look like you frequenting the same place and just going there an hour early. There's something here about the divine timing, the miraculous aspect of the situation that's coming to the forefront. Now, of course, we're asking for what magical experiences are coming for you. So we see something that would have in the present moment, when you think about this happening, you maybe think of it as something far off, something not very likely, something way out into your future, or perhaps something where you've already missed the opportunity. I'm hearing the song Long Time Gone by The Chicks, and it's just kind of the energy where perhaps you are reapproaching a part of you that you might have considered to be dead and gone. You are perhaps reapproaching an aspect of the magic of being alive, the magic of your Venus energy, the magic of yourself, where it might be something where you needed to put it away for safekeeping, or you needed to put it away for whatever reason, with the Three of Swords here. And it's always a valid reason, especially when we have the Devil and the Three of Swords coming out. But we see that you taking a chance, right, is always going to lead you in this situation towards magic. It's going to lead you towards something where it is unmistakable that your angel spirits, guides, and ancestors, the whole universe, has conspired in order to put this magical experience in front of your face. And I also want to tell you, I'm hearing dress for your Venus energy. So if you don't know what that is, take a look at your astrological chart and look at your Venus. Look at the zodiac sign that your Venus is in. Look at perhaps the planets conjunct your Venus. Look at the zodiac sign that is the ruler of the house that your Venus is in. And maybe practice drawing yourself that aesthetic or bringing yourself that feeling, okay? For example, my Venus is in Cancer, which means that I love all things cozy. I like to do those two tiny little pigtails that kind of look like animal ears on my head, right? I like to dress all cutesy. I love to make my home, I love taking baths. I love twinkle lights. I love reading books in a cozy little nook. I love all things fluffy. I like flowers, right? That's Cancer. And so when we look at this, your aesthetic, it doesn't just have to be your aesthetic. It can be like the vibe of your experiences. You're being asked to lean into your Venus energy a little bit. And I'm also hearing to tell you that Aphrodite is working with you really strongly on your spirit team right now. Now, the magical experiences that are coming your way are your manifestations showing up in a way that you would have needed to release, which is letting me know that this is going to involve some sort of meet cute, and it's going to involve some sort of manifestation of yours. And this is going to be something where you needed to release attachment to the outcome, release your idea of what this would look like, or the time frame it would be on, or the way that this even can come in. So this is the universe serving you something better on a silver platter, a little bit unexpectedly, with your intuition nudging you there. All while the universe, your angel spirits, guides, ancestors are kind of behind the scenes going hee 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 hee, like they're picking up on it, but we can't let them see it fully. Not because you don't feel it, not because you haven't seen it in the past, but because you've done the work already to sublimate the energy, to transmute the energy, to heal the Three of Swords, to put yourself in the right place at the right time by following your intuition, even when it walks you perhaps through a corner where you don't know where you're going. Or it introduces you to a stranger, or you run into an old friend you haven't seen in many years, or you're asked to pull out that dress that you forgot you had in the back of your closet. And this can take many different shapes, but your general advice here for the situation, for enhancing it, for walking your way into it, is follow your intuition unmistakably. Follow your intuition without second thought. Follow your intuition without overanalyzing, asking for all the details, because it might be something where normally you would turn left, you're asked to turn right. You don't know what lies down the road on the right, but you end up finding out. This will end up being something that you tell stories of for the rest of your life, or for a very long time. It'll be something that is filled with magic. This will be a story where you look back and you say, and this is why we follow our intuition, and this is why we do the shadow work, and this is why you walked through certain situations that caused you to release the outcome of the situation, because everything makes sense, everything falls into place, and there is no doubt that if you had turned left instead of right, or if you hadn't followed your intuition, that if you didn't follow that nudge, who knows how things would be different. This is one of those things that magically just occurs. Everything is synchronistic. The signs are written all over it. You can dig through, sift through every single small detail of the situation, and it makes perfect, divine, spiritual, magical sense. And in the moment, it's happenstance. It is a meet cute. It is unexpected. Your intuition brought you here, sure. You had some feelings, sure, but here we see releasing those feelings, releasing the why you're following your intuition, and just picking yourself up and doing it anyway. Here we have you wanting your manifestations, but needing to release them, and then them coming in, while you're not focused on trying to draw this in. We see here that this is something that makes you very happy. We see here something that makes you feel pleasure in a plethora of ways. We see that this is something that involves somebody else. And we also see, again, to keep an eye out for significant, perhaps astrological events or transits. This magical experience that is on its way for you is going to be something that it seems like it's just placed in front of your face. It seems like it's something that the universe is dropping in your lap, and they want you to trust that you are the one that got the wheel turning, the Six of Pentacles. They want to reiterate, your guides being, they want to reiterate that you're the one that got this wheel turning. You followed your intuition, you took those steps. You're the one that put the work in to give a little more to yourself, to wear your nice dress that day. You're the one who did the healing work and who manifested a better situation for yourself. You are the one, okay, who did all of this work. So when the universe just places something in your lap, it's your job to trust that you deserve it. You earned it. You worked for it. I'm hearing the song Earned It by The Weeknd. Okay. And this is something that's going to walk you into your next chapter of life. It'll also change the way that you express or the way that you think as well. So that's exciting. I'm going to pull some last messages from this oracle deck here. This is my Light Codes oracle. It's actually not out yet, but I want to take a look at what energies you are stepping into, or what energies are activating, are at play here. Okay, we have abundance coming out twice. Okay, so this is you standing in your abundance. Here's the light code for this. If you want to meditate or scry on this, it helps unlock your abundance. These are our light codes. So we have abundance coming out. What other energies are activating for group number 1 during this magical experience? What energies are activating for group number 1 during their magical experience? Okay. Interesting. We also have Orion and Mintaka. We also have throat activation here. So we have some sort of portal. Okay, this is the light code for Orion. For Mintaka, we have a watery, blissful, very Venusian energy coming out. And Mintaka also always reminds me of singing, like siren songs. This is in collaboration with Psychic Siren Tarot. And also, we have throat activation coming out here, so that is a synchronicity as well. So here we have your light code for Mintaka, and your throat chakra is activating. So keep an eye out for the number 555 at this time. Keep an eye out for 3s, or things that are coming to you in 3s, with like Orion's belt. Listen for, like, I'm hearing whale songs, for bird songs. Keep an eye out for perhaps songs or music, or someone who speaks their truth. And let yourself live abundantly, okay? The first energy that came out was you activating your abundance, and the rest kind of came out as clarifiers. So as you're activating your abundance, this is reminding you to literally surrender to the sweetness of life. And with the Six of Pentacles, perhaps making that investment, perhaps buying yourself something nice, perhaps letting yourself go do something that costs a bit of money. Perhaps it's letting you wear your nice jewelry that day, or perhaps it is allowing yourself to treat yourself. This is you, again, like the energy came out in the beginning, you taking that initial initiative in order to put yourself in this situation. But it's something that you putting yourself in this situation is the universe saying, will you honor yourself and love yourself and experience pleasure and joy and sweetness if we asked you to, if you deserved it, if you worked for it? And when you say yes and you follow that little trail, You get to see what's at the end of the trail. And it seems that the universe is almost not faking you out, but it's almost like a two birds, one stone situation here. Okay, so these are the energies that are activating for you. I'd like to thank you so very much for being here, Group 1. That is the magical experience that is on its way for you. If you like this reading, please like, comment, share, subscribe, as it helps me keep doing what I'm doing, and this is what I love. Also, keep an eye out for my Light Codes Oracle deck coming out December 1st, 2023. And for the other part of your reading, you can look at more magical experiences on their way for you in groups number 2 and 3. And if you want to take a look at what magical experiences other people have when they're around you or because of your energy, you can check that out in Psychic Siren Tarot's reading, which you can also find in the description box below. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical, miraculous realm. I will see you next time, and namaste. Hi there, Group 2. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at what magical experiences are on their way for you, and you selected the second group with the Lost Lands card. This says soul, memories, and gifts. You've done this before. The next magical experience that is coming your way, Group 2, this has to do with the activation of something that you have realized, you have learned. This might have something to do with a past, present, future parallel life regression. This might have to do with having a memory resurface or perhaps an event come back around again. The You've Done This Before card is giving that you are re-experiencing something magical that you have experienced before in this life or another. I'm getting very strongly that angels are surrounding you at this time. There seems to be some sort of energy that has been lost to you for a while. This might be a part of you that you want to express. It can be a memory that you have and keep close to your heart. It can also be perhaps some sort of ancient timeline, ancient civilization. It can be just something anywhere out there in the ether. But this is a soul memory that is attached to one of your magical gifts. For some of you, you are going to be accessing a part of you that has been dormant for a long time. And as this comes back to light, you'll notice that along with it comes memories, comes abilities, comes new feelings, old feelings that you haven't felt in a while. This is kind of giving the energy of experiencing something that you felt or saw or believed in as a child or in another lifetime or in another version of you. Going down a bit of a journey and then coming back to center here, coming back to the lost land within. This next magical experience that's on its way for you has a lot to do with not just the expansion of consciousness, but the drawing this back into the present moment and seeing the magic right before your eyes. This may be something where you have an event where you are able to identify that kind of layered over it, it's a portal. So you might be, say, walking down a street with a certain person, and maybe everything is kind of replaying like a deja vu moment, but you're actually having the memory alongside it, like from another lifetime, from another land, from another part of you. This can be something like going back to your hometown and doing something that you used to do. This can be something like meeting somebody that you have met in another lifetime, or picking up a skill or hobby or a spiritual gift and ability that you used to have in another lifetime, or perhaps something you experienced again as a child or just earlier in your life. This is something that seems like deja vu, except your eyes are wide open and you're aware of what this is. It's kind of a full circle moment, but it's going to be more magical than the most magical experiences you've had so far in your life combined. And your guides wanted me to reiterate that, primarily because there is a portal to a higher place that you're going to be stepping into. There's something that you might idealize or you might look at as a very high vibration or as a high vibrational situation or as a really amazing, beautiful gift and ability. And your guides kind of want to let you know that that is not all there is to that gift. That's not all there is to the story. That's not the most magical experience you will have had. And so this, whatever this energy is, you're going to be reapproaching it so that you can walk through it, so that you can see what's on the other side of it. I'm not saying you're going to lose this ability or the situation, but I'm saying that this is going to be something where it's a full circle moment and everything kind of says complete and you're able to unfold. It's kind of like when you go to the next level of a video game and you walk around the areas that you've played before because you've already locked those areas on the map, except you now have more tools in your inventory. You have more autonomy when it comes to what you're doing. You already know how to pass the levels. You know what awaits you, but you also know that there's more that awaits you out there too. There's kind of this energy where maybe you have been walking around level 7 for a long time, or maybe you thought there were only 7 levels to the video game, and it turns out that there were 12. And now you're on level 9, and it turns out that level 8 was you exploring like the beyond the veil part of level 7, so you didn't realize it, or something like this. I'm going to get into your tarot cards so that I can pull some more information for you. What magical experience is on its way for group number 2? Angel, spirits, guides, ancestors. We have the wheel, beautiful, of group number 2. What magical experience is on its way for them? I'm hearing, do you remember? Just do you remember? You're showing me the throat chakra and all this blue. You have the Knight of Cups. Okay, a lot of you, this is something that is reapproaching. That is unmistakable. Something that you had faith. Perhaps this was a grass is greener situation in your physical life. Perhaps this was something where you were opened up into a whole new video game level. You were opened up into a whole new world from the original presentation of the situation, of this energy. This can be something where this opened up a new world for you. You didn't know you were in a video game, and then it opened up level 2 and level 3, and now you're on level 9. This can also be something where you didn't realize how many options that you had. And the Knight of Cups is significant here. This has a lot to do with a heartfelt situation, like following your heart, but following your heart and bringing your mind along with you. Okay, they're showing me someone who perhaps follows their heart and then cleans up the details later, or somebody who over intellectualizes their emotions on the other side of the scale and then goes back into following their heart and then bringing their mind and their intuition with them, because heart-mind coherence exists. And in order to kind of find balance, you have to learn yin, you have to learn yang, and then in the middle, when everything's balanced out, you can move forward using the best of all of the lessons that you've learned instead of negating one or the other. So this is leading me to believe that this next magical experience that's coming into your life will be something that allows you to discover something that you've already known about but was in your subconscious or locked within your heart, or you were over intellectualizing it, or this is you re-exploring something. Emphasis on the exploring something again. This is also something where if you were to look at your daydreams and your night dreams, this would make perfect sense that this is coming around, that it's coming around now. So if you keep a dream journal, looking back at it, perhaps before the situation or after the situation, you'll be able to either scope it out or understand exactly the pretext here. Now we have the Sun at the back of the deck. This next magical experience that's coming in for you is going to be something that you are able to maneuver through very easily physically. This is something where, say there's another version of you in a past, present, future parallel life that your job has been to integrate within to your physical life in this incarnation. There are certain lessons that you've learned, you've blossomed into, you've healed, released, ascended, let go of all that energy, created space for the newness to blossom. When the situation comes back around, you'll be able to handle it masterfully. It will be very, very easy for you in the material realm. I'm hearing someone say, I can do this with my eyes closed. But it will also be something that has you making the choice to go out on a limb and follow perhaps your heart, follow your whim, to say something that like you already know how it's going to go, or you already have the answer, or you already know because you've experienced this so many times, or because it's unmistakable to you that this is a parallel situation to something you've already experienced. You already know the answer. You already know perhaps the move to make. You already know what that person is thinking. This is giving, it's giving deja vu. It's giving spiritual awakening. It's giving transparency, absolute transparency. But you might remember this from being played out already in another magical experience of yours that you've had and remember from this life, or in some sort of magical place that you've experienced elsewhere. There's a big emphasis here on you've done this before. Soul memories. You've experienced this before. You already know what to do. You can walk through the situation with your eyes closed. It is merely making the choice. Well, you have the Fool before the Seven of Cups and then the Queen of Pentacles. It's almost this pretending that there's a decision to make when you've already made the leap of faith. You've already decided. You already know what to do. And the Seven of Cups is saying, yes, there are other options, but he's already selected his cup. So there's kind of this energy here where you might, through your human life, like, walk around like, oh, gee, like, I don't know, but you do know. And your dreams have been telling you. And you know you're going to experience this again. Or you know that this part of your life is meant to occur. Or something like this. And just because you have to walk your way through it, it might have just been easier for you to almost pretend to blind yourself to it. Which is actually quite interesting. So, they're also saying, like, hats off to you for making it this far. Notice that her crown is a little bit untraditional here. And here he's taking off a fedora. So there's kind of an indication here that something you may have brushed off or made it seem like it wasn't that big of a deal was really you, like, straightening your crown in a way where your spirit team is saying hats off to you. Now this magical experience is going to have something to do with, we have 7, connection, balance, Libra, following your heart, making something with it. We have Gemini and Libra coming out really strongly, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. The next card's coming out for you. Okay, this has to do with creating something, creating a new beginning. I'm hearing the song New Beginnings by Midnight Scorpio. We have the High Priestess, 7 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. This will be something that leads you to your ultimate happiness. Notice that we have 77, we have 33, and we have 2, the High Priestess. Okay, you could be seeing 222, 202, 212, 77, 33, 333, or you could be seeing 1010 as well. This next magical experience that is coming into your life is going to be an opportunity for you to take something to the next level. And it's going to be something that your intuition's been telling you or leading you towards for a very long time. This can be something that you've waited for so long and your intuition was telling you, confirming this, and you were taking the steps towards this, but you had to pretend that you didn't know where you were going so that you could enjoy the road there. But you already knew intuitively. And so there's this energy of you reaching your destination and almost not 100% realizing it when you are about to approach it, because that's the choice that you made. You made the choice to walk the path with your eyes closed. You made the path to follow your intuition, follow your higher knowing, and not pay attention to the minutia, perhaps the, I don't know how this will come to fruition part, or perhaps the, but I feel, it's making me feel this way part, not in a spiritual bypassing kind of way, but rather in a, you create your own reality, so you may as well enjoy the journey, even though you see what's going to happen, even though you know how it's going to end up, even though you've done this many, many times before, even though whatever this is might feel lost to you, but anything that is lost inherently must be found, because that indicates that anything with a beginning has end, and anything that is finite lives within the infinite. So it's either omnipresent or it has to not be there so that something can be present. It's kind of that duality or the lack thereof. And so we're kind of experiencing something outside of time and space. And so when we kind of zoom in and we're walking through our human life in time, in space, in reality, with physicality here, we have the situation that intuitively you can walk through with your eyes closed. You already know what's going to happen. When the situation approaches, you pretend like you didn't know this was an option, or you knew this was the option you were walking towards, but you built your foundation anyway. You kept moving forward. So this magical situation is you coming to a culmination point where the veil is wiped clean once more, but the situation in your physical life matches it. This is your intuition letting you know you've reached your destination, and your eyes are open and you see it that way too. And that point where the two things meet, it dissolves entirely. And this allows you to create something new, not alone, by the way. And it allows you to build some sort of new foundation. They're showing me, like, you might have wanted to plant new seeds in a certain area of life and you just needed to wait it out, or you needed to trust in the timing or divine timing or your timing or whatever it is. Level up to a certain vibration before you could re-express a certain part of you, or plant seeds in a certain area of life, or have a certain experience, whatever. This would be something where, as a soul, you would have decided to save the best for last. And now you have the situation where your intuition is leading you towards being able to plant those new seeds because you have released preconceived notions about who, what, when, where, why, and how this is supposed to happen. This is you having stood in your power the entire time, spiritually, but letting your physical life catch up to that. As we know, energy moves fast, and matter is still energy, but moves slow in the third dimension. The higher you go, the faster everything moves. And so there's this energy where when you stay still internally, everything around you shifts. And when you are ascending energetically, the things around you tend to feel like they're slowing down. And it kind of creates this this vantage point difference. And so when these two things meet, you may have been seeing something coming towards you for a long time, but because it was so far away, or because it was moving so fast, and because whatever the situation was, you might notice that when given an opportunity to move this forward, to create from this, to express this part of you, whatever this is, it might just feel like you've been seeing it coming for a long time, and so it's almost catching you off guard when it arrives, although intuitively you already know. Your intuition was telling you, okay, 44 seconds. It was letting you know, okay, on this date, on this time, in this place, you were seeing it in your dreams. You just weren't picking up on the context because maybe it was a little too literal, or maybe it was in the exact signs that were just a little hyper perfect. This is giving completion. It's giving hyper perfectionism. It's giving you've done this before and you'll do it again. It's giving you know how to knit. So you can knit with your eyes closed and you can trust in the product that comes out. But if you stare at each and every stitch that you're making, it feels like it takes longer to knit a row, even though it's taking the same amount of time. This magical experience is going to be something that changes your life, and it is going to be something that you have at least been clued in about before. But because it's going to change your life, and because it's going to lead you to where you knew you were going to go, also what you want, also to your full power, to sitting on your throne in the material realm, to following your heart fully, to creating what you want spiritually, for some reason you would have chosen to walk this path blindly or pretended not to see what was coming so that you were not focused on just reaching a goal, or you were not just focused on being in that beautiful version of your life so that you could really truly drink up the present moment and enjoy the journey there. So this magical experience, this is giving the energy of the first thing that you write on your manifestation list, but you have for a long time. It's going to give the first wish you make on a star. It's going to be giving the energy of that one recurring dream that you always have, or that you've had for a really long time. It's going to look like you are walking through that level of clarity that you get when you are perhaps in meditation, or when you're at your highest vibration, when you're daydreaming, when you get those moments of clarity. It's kind of giving the energy of geometry here. You have the problem, you even have the answer, the solution, you even have the graph, but you still have to write the proof. The problem is not solve the equation, it's not to make the graph, it's to write the proof. Even though you already have the question and the answer, and you can look at it visually and see why, you just have to walk through the proof. So that's what you've been doing. And now you're at this point where you are coming to the answer. The proof that you wrote equals the answer that you had initially. And so there's this magical moment of everything coming together and kind of opening up this portal, or this new land for you, where you've done this before, your soul memories and gifts. It's like you feel free. You feel free from whatever lesson you are walking through. You feel free from the climb to try to get to a certain vibration or a certain situation or a certain part of you. Maybe that you felt was repressed, or you were held back from, or was held back from you, or a part of your life you've always wanted to get to, and you might have had little glimpses or tastes of it, or you remember it from another life, or you know that it's your birthright, you know that it exists, you know it's for you, but you still have to write the proof, you still have to get there. Again, you have the problem, you have the solution, you even have the graph, you can track the path, but your job is to sit down and write the proof. So I want to take a look at the energies that are being activated through this magical experience, I'm taking a look at my Light Codes Oracle deck. This is coming out on December 1st, 2023, so this isn't out yet, but this is my sample version. The first card on top that was looking at me like your whole reading is the Parallel Lives card. So this is a light code for your parallel lives so that you can remember them, integrate them, understand things. So this light code wanted to come out for your reading today. Your parallel lives are being activated. What other energies are being activated through this magical experience for group number 2? Angel, spirits, guides, ancestors, loved ones, other lifetimes, perhaps of group number 2. What energies are being activated for them? Okay, we have throat and heart activation. So the light codes for, you could be seeing 444, 1244, 1212, also 555, 1010, okay? There's something here about probability, about allowing yourself to trust that sometimes you're not the rule, you're the exception, because sometimes the rule is that there's an exception. Okay, I don't know who needed to hear that, but somebody did. Okay, so we have the throat activation card. So this is your light code for throat activation. You also have your heart activating. So here's a light code for an open heart portal. And finally, the energy that's activating for you is beauty, inside and out. And so here is your beauty light code here. So here we have the energy of allowing yourself to tap into faith and express what you know to be true when it appears in front of your face, trusting that the divine is giving you unconditional divine love and gratitude for presenting that and walking the path there. When you come to the culmination point, when you come to the moment where everything falls together, trust that things are falling together not so that they can fall apart, but because two things that have fallen apart are being put back together. Or perhaps because after you climb a mountain, you then get to the summit, and that is just the way that it works. You're being encouraged to trust that this is not just a climb that you've been taking, that there's actually some sort of probable cause to this, and that you've known this before, you've done it before too, that is exactly the reason that gave you the faith to keep climbing or to walk this path or to start this proof in the first place. Your soul has been leading you towards expressing what is in your heart in ways that would have come about by you following and enhancing your internal and external beauty in your life. Here we have the heart and throat activation, expressing yourself, expressing what's in your heart, and also loving your expression, loving the way that you express yourself, and not having a preconceived notion as to the way that's supposed to look, okay? They're also showing me, I believe this is the shape of gamma, so that can be significant for you too. And we have parallel lifetimes too, and this is creating a T, which they're showing me for throat, but also for sometimes coming to a crossroads. And here we have the 7 of Cups card that they're showing me. Your intuition led you down the right path, and sometimes you look and there's different paths that you can take, and maybe you are still seeing what is available to you. Maybe you are still seeing which way you're going to go when you get there, and you're going to know because you've done it before. It's going to be second nature to you. It's going to be very obvious. You've done this before, you'll do it again. Everything lines up perfectly. There's no question that you are walking through something again. And so while this happens, think of it less as it's a cycle. What can I do differently this time? And think of it more as I can do this with my eyes closed. I already know what this is turning into. I already know why this is here. My intuition's been guiding me here. These seeds are safe to plant. This can be a new foundation. I'm not alone. I am guided. I am protected. It is safe for me to express what I want in my heart. Okay? I've done this before, and it's okay to express that. And it's okay for that expression to be beautiful. It's okay for it to feel beautiful. It's okay for the universe to love me back unconditionally. It's okay for the universe to express its gratitude for me as I do for it. Okay? So that is the energy that's activating for you. And I am hearing to tell you that in the moment of truth, trust your heart, follow the magic, and I'm hearing the song Why Not by Hilary Duff. Why not take a crazy chance? Okay? Follow your heart. Express yourself thoroughly. Express yourself fully. Let it be big and beautiful and bright. And trust that this isn't the first time that you've done this. It's not your first go around. It's not your first rodeo. So, even if it feels like big or it feels different in your physical, tangible human life, in your physical, tangible human surroundings, this is not something that's new to you. And so you'll be able to pick up on it very easily. You'll be able to walk through the situation easily. You'll be able to pass with flying colors. You'll be able to feel at home in this energy. So that's a big part of what is coming out too. It's like a home, but it's a lost land. It's what's in your heart. It's what you're expressing. It's something you've done before, and it's something that's beautiful for you. So allow it to come together. Trust the process. So that's all I have for you, group number 2. That is what magical experiences are on their way for you. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation. And if you liked this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. It helps other people find the messages when they need them too. And if you want to see what magical experiences people have from being around you, you can check out Psychic Siren Tarot's video in the description box, since this is a collaboration. As always, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical, miraculous realm. And I will see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at what magical experiences are on their way for you. You selected the 3rd group with the portal card, and this says doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. A lot of you are going to be having an opportunity presented to you to perhaps fulfill some of those wild dreams of yours. They're really showing me wild card and you decide. This magical experience is going to be something that allows you to almost, I'm hearing, displace you. Perhaps this is something that picks you up and takes you out of your regular daily environment or the people that you're normally around. This is something that picks you up and just plops you somewhere else. This can be something like a spiritual awakening, an expansion of consciousness. It can also look like having an opportunity to do something that changes your life, and it just seems that this would happen by magic. This is something, however, that is no coincidence, even though it might seem like it. Because there's something here about letting your wild side show. There's something here about just saying, I'm hearing someone say like, F it, saying, oh, well, what the heck, and going for it anyway. When you don't see what's on the other side of a portal, but you see that there's a portal, and you know that it's magical, you know that it's crystalline, and you know that it's calling your name. There's a reason for it. You're being encouraged to go towards it. Now, there might be something that's calling to you, or you might be receiving some sort of message that holds within it an opportunity. Also, I'm getting that your manifestations are going to start coming in hot. They'll start coming in bigger than you expect. They'll start coming in sooner than you expect. And so, this is kind of an opportunity for you to step through that portal where you kind of get that manifestation package deal from the universe. It's going to be presented to you from some sort of external source. And you're being encouraged to go for it, take the chance, experience your rewards, and trust that this is a door that's opening. And it's okay for you to, I'm hearing, use your wild card. Okay? If the universe was asking you if you could have anything that you want in the entire universe and you get to pick, and you get to use your wild card, what are you asking for? It's not perhaps something a little bit more foundational, like money so that you can get comfortable enough to buy that home, so that you can feel secure enough to go take some days off of your job and then you can go on that vacation that's maybe a budget trip and then you have enough money to grow from there. No. This is that manifestation where, say you want to go to Antarctica. This is somebody saying, hey, do you want to come to Antarctica? And it doesn't have to be such an extreme example. It doesn't have to be that example, but this is an extreme example. Like, I'm not giving you an extreme example. The universe is giving you an extreme manifestation. It's giving you a door to a new life, a new experience, a new way of perceiving the world. For a lot of you, this is either coming alongside or coming in the form of a spiritual awakening or expansion of consciousness. So, for you, there's going to be an opportunity for you to make a choice. This or that. What do you want to do? Do you want to play it safe, or do you want to use your wild card? And the magical part of this experience is you looking at, they're just showing me red pill, blue pill. Okay? Which one are you going to pick? The one where you already know what happens, you know how you're going to feel, you know what to expect, you've done it before, you'll do it again. Or the one that feels like it's stepping you through a portal. The one that is essentially leading you into your dream life, leading you into Wonderland. Okay, so messages please to group number 3. What is this magical experience that is on its way for group 3? This is something that stresses you out, Something where your desire stresses you out. Something where figuring out how you're going to get there stresses you out. Something that you feel perhaps is a pipe dream, or something where you feel like it's going to require a rebirth of yourself. Something where you might feel that it will require outside help, outside resources. Perhaps a more Lilith or sultry side of you. Knight of Pentacles. This is something where you feel that if you put one foot in front of the other and you keep going for a very long period of time, maybe you'll get there. This is going to be just shown to you, presented to you in front of your face. And it's going to have you almost questioning what is going on because it seems too easy. Okay, but you thought you needed to let go of something. You thought you were still holding on to baggage you let go of a long time ago. You have underestimated, group number 3, your healing. You have underestimated, group 3, your power, your manifestation skills. You have underestimated how bright your future is. You've underestimated your power. And so the universe is going to be expressing it to you in a form of something or someone outside of you presenting you with a portal that will change your life. An opportunity to move given to you, an opportunity for a new job given to you, something given to you. Because you don't chase, you attract. And when you have goals in mind, when you have your wild card manifestation, you get in your head about it. You take those small baby steps to try to get there. You release the burdens. You move forward. You follow your intuition. But we have a sextile energy here. We have 8 and 10. We have Scorpio and Capricorn. Deep down, you know that it would take a lot of work to get there. And that's why the universe is saying you're underestimating the amount of work that you've already done. You have more courage than you think that you do. You have a stronger heart portal than you think that you do. You have a stronger intuition than you think that you do. And you've come a lot further already than you think that you have. You're a lot more capable. So this magical experience is going to literally feel like it's coming out of thin air when quite literally that couldn't be less than true. Although the way that it shows up is going to be like a portal. It's going to be like magic. So don't be guarded when it shows up. This might be an opportunity for you to just travel on a whim with the world. This can be an opportunity for you to say goodbye to something once and for all. This can be, they're showing me really extreme examples here. They're showing me somebody like giving you a van and you have enough savings to like support yourself for a year or 5 years or a few months or whatever. And someone just gives you a van and they're like, hey, here's that van. You know, you were trying to save up to buy one, but here's one. I don't need mine anymore. Here it goes. Everything works. All the bells and whistles are there. And you're like, is this real? Is this a joke? Should you be guarded? Should you go get the VIN number checked to make sure it's not stolen? You might have what you need to support you there, but you're kind of like, oh, I don't know. The universe is literally giving you an option. It's giving you what it is that you've wanted. It's giving you your manifestations, but it's giving you your wildcard manifestations, not the things that you want to manifest so that you can dare to ask for the bigger ones. It's going straight for the cold plunge is what I'm hearing. So you're going to be given an opportunity from outside of you. And this magical experience is something that seemingly comes out of thin air, but it's going to have signs and synchronicities written all over it. This will be something where you see that sign you've been trying to figure out for a long time, like tattooed on the face of the person giving you this opportunity. This will be something where you see angel numbers all around you. You literally see signs that say this is your sign. Like, this is King and Queen of Swords, something that matches your power, something that matches your intellect, something that it is not a challenge for you, but it does not, it allows you to use your intellect, but it's not asking you to over-intellectualize. This is something that can match you intellectually. This is also something that makes rational sense. When you look back, you see how far you've come. When you look back, you see the process that it took to get there. This makes sense, but it's showing up as magical. And there's almost this message here that this is showing up magically because it can, not because it has to, not because it doesn't track, because you can climb 10 steps and then be at the top of 10 stairs, but because the universe kind of picking you up and airlifting you up to the 10th floor, they want to see your excited reaction. They see that you're tired from walking up 10 steps and then being told 10 more steps and then being told, okay, now 10 more. And you thought you just had to climb 10. So you're kind of being brought to the top and you look back and you realized you are 60 steps from the top, or you're 60 steps from the floor, excuse me. And you go, wait, what did I do to deserve this? why is this happening? This is so beautiful. This changes your entire perspective of everything. This is a portal you've walked through. But you look back and you say, wow, you really climbed every single one of those stairs, step by step by step. You really made it to this level of consciousness. You really made it to having this spiritual gift. You really, really did put in the work. And the universe is kind of drawing in more magic into your life. And they're drawing in protection because there's something that has always been yours and will always be yours. And so when presented with something with your name right on it, it's going to be something that makes sense and makes you feel proud. Not prideful, but proud. And that's okay and that's natural. And that's what they want you to feel. This is something where you get to make the choice to reap the rewards of all the hard work that you've done. And one of these manifestations that I'm hearing when pigs fly, or yeah, right, or just all of these pipe dream kind of energies, when this not only comes true because you worked for it, but it's given to you because somebody else sees that you've worked for it, somebody else sees that you're worthy of it, somebody else gives you that, it's kind of just adding the cherry on top. Because you can show up, you can do the elbow grease, and then 2 + 2 = 4. But you can show up, do the elbow grease, and be writing out the math problem, and someone just hands you the secret ingredient. Someone just hands you the result you've been seeking. Someone just hands you what it is that you've been looking for, or working towards, or wanting to deserve, or trying to tell yourself you deserve. We have something where you know you deserve something, but you just for some reason have to work hard for it. This can be something where you have to work harder than everybody else for something. This can be something where the universe has super high standards for you, or maybe you have super high standards for you. So it feels a little bit fewer and further between. And that is exactly why the universe is giving this to you as a magical experience. Because when you have high standards, when you have wild card type manifestations, the universe delivers. And it will also deliver it with a wink, a hug, a smile, a kiss, a sparkle. Because that's who you are. And sure, you put in the elbow grease. Sure, you've been stressed out about this before. Sure, this might be something that in the past, when this door opened, you may have seen that it was going to lead you down a journey, and surely it did. But what you didn't see is the fact that you now have a magical experience for you to enter a new world. I'm hearing the song Part of Your World from Ariel the Little Mermaid. There's this energy where you're going to be given, handed an opportunity for you to go on an adventure, for you to go experience a new realm, experience a new level of consciousness, for you to kind of play that wild card and know that this is one of those games where if you have a wild card, you're most likely going to win. This is something where you look around and you look at the universe and you look at yourself and you go, why me? Why is this being presented to me? And it tracks because you're able to intellectualize back and forth with the universe. Well, you know why you put the work in. Well, yeah, that makes sense, but I had to walk away from, yeah, I know, you set your boundaries. You learned this, and that's why we're giving this back to you. Okay, there's something here that is really, really integral to this next chapter of your life. This is like you stepping into a whole new world just from this opportunity. And it's coming from outside of you. They don't want me to misconstrue that or miscommunicate that. This is not something that it's something you may have been working for, something you may have been manifesting, but this is something you are not chasing. This is something you are attracting. This is something that is being presented to you, not the other way around. So I'm going to pull what energies are activating for you, group number 3, from my Light Codes Oracle deck. This is my sample deck. It's coming out on December 1st, 2023. And it's just light codes for activation, activation codes for your energies. So we're going to see what is activating for you. Group 3, what is activating through this magical experience for you? What is activating for group number 3? What is activating for group number 3, please? Okay. Ooh. So first out, we have Kundalini activation. So this is an expansion or awakening of your Kundalini, or maybe this is something where you see the world through the perspective of being Kundalini, as opposed to seeing it from the perspective of having a more awakened Kundalini. They're really honing in on that golden healing light here. Okay, so here's your light code for that to help you attune your energy. we also have divine masculine coming in. So we have an ascended version of masculine energy. This is divine action. This is those lower 3 chakras being on their highest vibrational ascended energy. This is a masculine energy that is balanced with the feminine energy. That is what makes it divine. Okay, so here's your activation light code for that. You have ancient knowledge being activated within you as well. This makes sense with the portal, the door opening, something being given to you because you have the ancient knowledge that it is your birthright. It is your spiritual inheritance. It makes sense. It is yours. Again, we have it makes sense, but it's showing up magically. Ancient knowledge, it makes perfect sense, but maybe we unlearned it so that we could relearn it again. Or maybe it got wiped off the face of the earth because somebody freaked out or they wanted to control whatever reason, okay? Ancient knowledge is tried and true. You can always find it within, sometimes you find it without. And this is something where you've always found this energy within. Now it's coming from without. So here's your light code for this. We have yellow, blue, and purple, which lets me know that this is activating your higher chakras as well as your sense of self, which is going to be beautiful. This is a rebirth of you, a re-emergence of you. We also have source gratitude coming out as your light code that's activating. And here's your light code for that. This is the higher heart chakra. This is, again, Kundalini energy, perfect synchronicities here. This is coming into completion, coming into a portal, stepping into a higher vibrational version of your life. So stepping into something that is a huge manifestation of yours that would have required you to step in your source energy, step in your cosmic consciousness energy, step into a portal, be the one who is aware that you get to have wild cards, let alone you get to go for them. And so when this gets presented from outside of you towards the inside, this is something that opens up primarily this channel here between, well, actually all of your chakras, because we do have divine masculine energy coming out, which is the lower 3, and then we also have yellow, green, blue, and purple coming out, okay? I see here that this is something that your intuition might be something that you haven't been seeing, or something that gets shown to you as a surprise. So it's something that's big, something that's beautiful, something that's filled with love, light, source, and action. There's action being taken towards you. You don't chase, you attract. So we have here activation of the Kundalini within you, of your divine masculine energies. We all have masculine and feminine energies that can be balanced. However, no one has one or the other. Everyone has both. So your divine masculine energies are activated. Ancient knowledge is activating within you, and source gratitude is being activated within you. And I love this because gratitude is the heart portal. It is that center that balances masculine and feminine energies. It is neither masculine nor feminine. It is love. It is unconditional love. It is gratitude. It is source. And that is why we both have both. That is why no one is one or the other. Because when source, gratitude, unconditional love is fully, entirely activated, then you get to have these magical experiences that aren't just leading you down a rabbit hole to find one or the other. So here we have a full completion coming from the ground up here, which makes sense with the Kundalini awakening because that goes from the root to the crown. And this is awakening ancient knowledge that has been stored within your DNA for a long time. And with this ancient knowledge, with this activation, comes an opportunity for you to act on it. Comes an opportunity for you to expand your consciousness, to step into a new world. I want to be where the people are, right? So it's stepping you into something that makes rational sense because you finished learning your lesson. Something where your Kundalini is letting you know, not from a, let's strive to get their energy, but from a, yeah, you've done it. It's there. You have the knowledge. You have the understanding. Okay, you're not one or the other. You are balanced in the center and you're grateful for it. You're grateful for the lesson. You're grateful for the journey. And you actually have all of the pieces. You actually have all of the information. And this is a reward for a job well done. At the end of the day, this is your choice whether or not to take this opportunity. But this is showing up as the next magical experience, showing up your way. The biggest thing is that this will most likely be somewhat of a surprise. So because of this, you might feel it intuitively. You might feel as though you might want to shift something a little bit this way or a little bit that way or whatever, but your opportunity that's coming towards you is going to open up a door to the life that you've been trying and working so hard to build, so hard to live, you've wanted for so long. This is a wild card manifestation that's going to help propel the speed of your manifestations in the future. So please take this opportunity when it's presented to you, if it feels right, and allow yourself to be grateful for the opportunity instead of overthinking or going back into old patterns about needing to overwork or strive too hard to get to something that should just basically already be yours. So that is what you're releasing, and what's activating on top is allowing things to come towards you, allowing yourself to be grateful for your ability to take divinely guided action, and seeing through the perspective of Kundalini instead of from the perspective of having a Kundalini or awakening a Kundalini. Okay, that's a difference there. And this will open you up to your knowledge. It will make sense. If you're listening to this part and you're saying make it make sense, it will be, okay, on its own. And this will open up your eyes. It will wash your eyes. It will open up your one eye, your spiritual eye, which is all three, but they crack open into one. And so that is what you are experiencing. So group 3, that is the magical experience that is on its way for you. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps me out a lot. It helps me keep doing what I love. It helps other people find the messages that are meant for them. If you want to hear more of your reading, you can check out the first 2 piles. Or if you want to hear about the spiritual experiences that people have around you and your energy, you can check out Psychic Siren Tarot's reading on that below in the description box. As always, I'm sending you all my love, light, and gratitude. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, magical realm. Have so much fun with this, and don't be afraid to go for it. Use your wild card. Spread your wings. I love you, and I will see you next time. Namaste.